Hey, I'm Dakota Graff. I'm from Onxy Coffee Lab. I'm the Director of Coffee and Green Buyer, and I'm here in Melbourne, Australia for the World Coffee Championships. Well, I've been roasting on the Stronghold for a number of years now. I actually just checked the amount of hours that I've spent roasting on a Stronghold, and it's almost 700 hours, I think, cumulative Stronghold roasting hours. So I've really spent a lot of time with the machine, and a couple of years ago, I roasted some coffees on it, put it side by side with the traditional drum roaster, and really thought that the Stronghold had better flavor clarity, more defined acidity, and just a better structure overall. And that's just, from then on, we've been roasting all of our competition coffees for both competitions, barista and brewers, on the Stronghold S7. So some of the advantages of using Stronghold roasting technology, especially on competition coffees, is what I spoke about earlier. It's that flavor clarity. You get really structured acidity and tactile, which is really important, especially in coffee competitions, considering you have to define to the judges how your coffee tastes and what it tastes like. So in order to achieve a roast that has a polarity and fidelity high enough to describe to judges, I found that the Stronghold S7 has been the best roaster to do that. Yeah, so something that is different on the Stronghold, and especially on the Stronghold S7, than traditional drum roasters is the combination of convection, conduction, and radiant heat. That really allows me to modulate a lot of the tactile and acidity on some of these higher end coffees, because I just have more room to play with things. I have a smaller batch, so it's less risk, and it really, between the convection, the conduction, and the radiant heat, allows me to develop the coffee in exactly how I want. So oftentimes I partner with the brewer or barista, and we taste the coffees, we brew the coffees together, and we are modulating acidity and development, and pretty much the entire roast as we go along. Designing a profile on the Stronghold and on the Stronghold S7, oftentimes I'm approaching hot air as like my salt and halogen like my pepper. So salt is really the driver, so hot air is really kind of just keeping the whole roast alive, and the halogen, I use it a little more sparingly at the beginning of the roast in order to kind of buffer that catalyst to get that heat applied to the coffee. And that seems to be a really good balance between convection, conduction, and that radiant heat in order to develop coffees, but also keep it totally controlled throughout the whole process. Yeah, I mean, as far as what I have going on over the next few years, I'm an active competitor myself. Competed in U.S. Coffee and Good Spirits, got second place. I've done barista almost 5 years ago, and I'm actually stepping back into the barista sphere of things, so I will be competing myself. And yeah, I'm trying to push more into some roasting education, try to create like an open platform in order to exchange ideas and information about roasting and help innovate roasting. I feel like roasting's been a very stagnant industry for the past decade, and I'd like to see it move forward, especially in countries where people don't have access to a lot of the education that the US or like Europe might have. And so I'd really like to push more into doing some educational things.